I think it should be allowed that girls should have a choice. Um, Simple as that, really.
But in circumstances beyond people's control, it has to happen. It happens here anyway legally, but it's just not sort of talked about. Like, I know people that have had abortions here legally because there's some deformity with the child. That's abortion. Some people, they call it termination or they call it other names, but still abortion happens in this country on a regular basis.
I think it's a really difficult situation. I think we are quite tight in terms of our constitution. I don't think it's a case of allowing it or not allowing it. The law needs so much revision before anything can happen, and we know we've had the cases in the European Court of Human Rights, you know, the case of A, B, C and D. I think what we need to do is first of all work on what are the reasons. I think we need to be very positive about crisis pregnancy, supporting crisis pregnancy, and also then looking at the indications for termination of pregnancy. So for example, sometimes it can be medical reasons. It could be a woman who's been diagnosed with cancer. Other times it can be a woman who's diagnosed with a fetal abnormality in pregnancy. So I think having a blanket answer or a blanket reason won't actually work, and certainly won't appeal to the public in terms of changing our constitution and our legislation.
Saturday there was a kind of a concentration for for no abortion, and unfortunately I didn't go. I was tempted to go, but just didn't have time. I think it's I wouldn't agree with that at all, because I have 5 kids myself, and so you have to be responsible first, and just not get rid of the most innocent person when it's conceived, you know. So that's kind of the easy way of sorting. Could be if they want to call it a problem. So no, I wouldn't be on for abortion at all.
I think it's overdue. I think women should have the right to choose. I think it's really controversial at the moment, but I think the discussion needs to start happening in a really genuine way. I think there's a lot of people being shipped in from being sponsored to come here to protest for, pro-life choices, and I think that there's a lot of valid things that they have to say, but I also think that there isn't an equal grounding for people to meet and discuss it openly in a real way. And the fact is that it affects a lot of women's lives, and we're not really owning that, and I think it's about time that we start to really own the problem.
There are huge challenges with regard to abortion in this country. Like other things, we kind of have been exporting the problem for a long time. Constitutionally, we need to look at the problem, but the difficulty there is that you can't make laws by hard cases. So there needs to be much more discussion about what we do and how we do it, and we need to think about why are we exporting people to the UK and elsewhere where they've chosen to have abortions. We also have other issues with regard to, say, when we find out that somebody has a particular disability from scans during pregnancy, and whether or not they should have the right to a choice with regard to aborting the fetus or not in that situation. In some countries like the UK that does happen, but again it's not available here, and then people may wish to travel. So again, there's no hard and fast answer to the question. I think we need more debate. I think people should have a choice, but making laws by hard cases isn't the right way to go.